It is time for the Saturday giveaway show on September 20, 2025. It is after 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are trying to give away two $50 prizes and seven $7 prizes to people who answered math problems correctly using the Bible and are randomly selected and are at least 18 years old. But before we start all that, I wanted to go over our new fall special. So usually on Saturdays, we give away two $50 prizes and seven $7 prizes. Since August 16th, that was our first day of 2025. And I decided to go a little bigger. So today will be normal. Starting next week, when it's fall in North America, in a lot of places in the world, they call it fall, or they might call it autumn, or they might not. But anyway, I'm calling it fall special. What we're going to do is if public watch hours are at least 55 for the previous time frame, which I'll explain, then we'll have an additional $55 prize that will be selected from the $50 entries in that time frame by person. So right now we're in the beginning. So it's everything. As long as you have at least one correct $50 entry in the time frame, you're eligible for this $55 prize. And you can get a $50 prize even if you've already gotten a 50. Then also, if the public watch hours increase by at least 110 for the previous time frame, then one more $55 prize will be selected from the $50 entries in that time frame by person. This is called a fall special, and I have to explain it more. You can win $55 only once. Fall is from September 22, 2025 to December 22, 2025. So that's how long this special lasts. So right now it's everything. Let's pretend like this was going on right now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going into the channel and I'm going to analytics, and then I'm going to lifetime, and then I'm going to traffic source, watch time hours. This gets updated at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's not necessarily 2 a.m. It's somewhere around then. So right now the channel has 6,271 watch hours as of about 10 hours ago when this was last updated. But the advertising hours are not considered public watch hours, and the shorts feed are not considered public watch hours. Most of these ones down here are, and even these are not completely done being filtered. There's this long delay because they're looking for bots and stuff, which is 5 days. We get these valid public watch hours, which right now are only 22. Now, that's because that was from 5 days ago on September 15th. All right. This report is more up to date. So let's say the fall special had already begun, or this is frame. So we have 6271 minus 24.3, because the shorts feed doesn't count for this. Those are mostly nature videos and they don't have to do with college algebra, and minus the advertising. So we have about 29 public watch hours. Once that gets to 55, someone will get a prize for $55 on a Saturday, and that person could have already won or not won. So let's pretend like this said 55 right now. Then I would select the 55 person first. Okay. So I would go like this. I would move this down. I would make this one be $55. And I would select this person from the people in that time frame, which is right now everything, who have completed at least one $50 entry correctly. So it could be anybody. It could be Favor, Chantel, anybody who's done a $50 problem right. It could be Kartik, And so that person would get an additional 55. They cannot get 55 again during the fall. It doesn't affect their 50s. You can get a 55 and a 50, but you can only get a 50 once. Now, if the hours went up a lot, like 110 in that time frame, then we would give away 2, but not 3. So let's pretend like that happened. And then it's the following week. Let's say someone won a $55, and then next week, that time frame's over, and now we've gone into just since that person won. So for the past week until we get to 55 again. All right. So it's a fall special, maybe giving away up to 2 $55 prizes every Saturday throughout the fall up until December 22. Hopefully that made sense. I can explain it again sometime if you want. It doesn't apply to this week, but it starts next week as long as we get at least a total of 55 watch hours. And then after that, it has to be in addition to the previous time, whatever that was. So let's say now we had 90 public watch hours, and I'm using the report that comes out when I'm asleep, not the one that's 5 days. I like the 5-day delay one, but that one would be too boring for this contest. So if it was 90, let's say one person, blah, wins, then we need to get up to 145 next week total, which would be 55 new ones to get Jokey to win 55. So hopefully it makes sense. Basically, we need more watch hours. Why? Because some of the watch hours are just not coming through. So if I look at views, example, our most recent video, 1.2D, only has 18 views, but there were like 30 entries for it. So a couple things are going on. Either people are just telling each other the answers without watching the videos, or they might be using ad blockers. So ad blockers not count toward public watch hours, according to Google. So that could be a problem. And another problem is bots are not supposed to count. So when there are bots trying to watch the video, Google tries to filter those out. When there are bots, they probably go into direct or unknown. And also, this is subject to change. So if something really goofy happens, I definitely can change it if I want to. So this is the new thing. We still have the old thing. This is just an extra. I consider it a community prize because when other people are watching the videos, it can help someone else in the community get a $55 prize. This is, I guess, our first community style prize. The other one more individual. And so when your friends are watching, that can help us get to different thresholds where more prizes go out. So because of the fall special, I could be giving away up to $110 more for the next 13 weeks, which is if I put 110 here and 13 here, over here I can say equals, click, times, click. So that's an extra $1,430. Here we go. We're about to select the $50 winners for September 20th. 10 $50 videos. All right, here we go. First one. It's an old one, 1.1A. And we can get that one again, 1.2A. Okay. So those are the two $50 videos. And now I'm going to find all of the eligible people. We're about to roll for 1.1A. One of these people is going to win $50. Remember to check your contacts list in your email and try to have bam@bibleactionmath.com in there, because the emails have been going to promotions and even maybe spam, if not. We have 53 people available to win this prize. You have to be at least 18 years old and in an okay country to send money to or gift cards. And you cannot win $50 more than once for college algebra. Also, your answer has to be right. Here we go. Valentino is the first winner, and Valentino is in Africa. So last week, someone was in Africa, and I sent using World Remit. That's one option. And I have the app on my phone for that. And you guys probably know how to do that because it was someone's idea over there. But for World Remit, you would have to give me your account number and stuff, I think. Another one, Africa, is Western Union. I haven't done that one yet, but we definitely have that where I live. So in the United States, we have a lot of those. All right, so Valentino was the first winner. Congratulations. And Valentino cannot win another $50 prize, but with the fall special, there could be starting to be $55 prizes also, in addition to the normal stuff. Watch the beginning of this video again if you don't know what I'm talking about, or I can explain it again sometime. So the other one today, it's going to be from 1.2a. 2a, we have 36 people available who have not won $50 yet. They're at least 18, and they got their problem right. Here we go. Zuntor. Zuntor is the big winner of $50. So those were our two $50 prizes for today that I'll be emailing. Remember to check your email. And now for the $7 prizes. And usually I roll between 1 and 3 for the practice videos because I only have 3 so far. But the first two, everybody who could win has already won. And we have 7 options. So I don't even have to roll. All these 7 people automatically won. Tutor in India. And then we have Favor, Kester, Rachel, Sandra, Sharon, T-Set, and Zelina, who are in various places. Remember to watch the beginning of the video about the fall special, because depending on public watch hours, we can give away more prizes, up to 2 $55 prizes. It is okay for them to win 50 and 55 as long as they follow the right directions for that. So you can win 50 and 55, or you could just win 55 or just 50. Remember, there's the Rosh Hashanah holiday that is due by September 22 at noon Eastern Standard Time. Everybody have a great day.